If you're watching this, you already know. You're cooked. You're done. The semester is a graveyard of unread textbooks, ignored emails, and assignments you swore you'd do tomorrow. And tomorrow never came. Now finals are here. 5 days, 6 exams, and your brain has the IQ of a defrosting bagel. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you, you got this, queen, or with the right mindset, anything is possible. No, you're cooked. Genuinely cooked. But here's the thing nobody tells you. There's a way to lose this fight and still walk away alive. Let me show you exactly what happens over the next 5 days and the one move you need to make at 4 a.m. on Thursday to walk away alive. Monday, the delusion. The week begins, and I am delusional. I make a study schedule on Notion, color-coded, time-blocked, 6 subjects, 8 hours a day, perfectly distributed. I look at this schedule and feel a kind of high you can only feel when you've planned to do something instead of actually doing it. I post a story on Instagram of my color-coded calendar. Caption: locking in. 47 of my friends watch it. None of them are studying. We're all just posting about studying. This is what I call the Monday lie. The week hasn't started killing you yet, so you still believe in fairy tales, like the version of yourself who's going to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow and do 9 practice problems before breakfast. That version of you doesn't exist. You will meet her on Friday morning. She will not be wearing pants. By Monday night, I have studied for 23 minutes, but I have organized my desk 4 times. I close my laptop and tell myself, tomorrow, I lock in. Tuesday, the first crack. Tuesday, the day reality starts touching you with one cold finger. I open my first exam syllabus. It's 14 chapters. I have studied 0 of them. I've been to lecture maybe 5 times this semester, and 3 of those times I was on my phone shopping for things I can't afford. I do the math. 14 chapters, 4 days until the exam. That's 3.5 chapters a day, plus the other 5 exams, plus the group project I forgot existed until my groupmate texted me at 11 a.m. today. Hey, are you doing your part? My part. Of what? Of what, Aiden? I haven't opened our shared Google Doc since September. It's December. I check it now. The doc has 14 pages of work in it. None of it is mine. My contribution is one comment from week 3 that says, "Sounds good." Aiden has been carrying me. Aiden has a 4.0. Aiden's parents are probably proud of him. I have failed Aiden. I close the laptop, lay face down on my bed, and for the first time this week, I feel the real weight of the next 4 days. I don't cry, but I get close. Wednesday, the breakdown. Wednesday is the day everything stops being funny. It's 2 p.m. I've been studying for 6 hours, which means I've reread the same paragraph 40 times and watched a 22-minute YouTube video called Day in the Life of a 4.0 Med Student. She wakes up at 4:30 a.m. She does Pilates. She makes a matcha latte from scratch. She studies for 11 hours. I am eating dry cereal out of the box, with my hands. And then it hits me. The real panic. Not the fun panic. Not the, ah ha ha, I'm so cooked, LOL panic that you tweet about. This is the body panic, where your chest gets tight and your hands go cold and you suddenly understand why people start crying in libraries. I open my email. 47 unread. I close my email. I open it again. Still 47. Maybe one of them is a miracle. One of them is from my professor. Subject line: concerning your attendance. I close my laptop with the gentleness of someone defusing a bomb. I call my best friend. She picks up. She's also studying. We don't say anything for like 30 seconds. Just 2 girls breathing into the phone like we're hostages. Finally, she goes, "Are you okay?" I go, "No." She goes, "Yeah, me neither." We hang up. I feel slightly less alone, but my GPA is still dying. It is now 11 p.m. Wednesday. I have 60 hours until my first exam. I have studied a cumulative 4 hours all week. I am cooked. I am genuinely cooked. Thursday. The 4 a.m. Triage Thursday is the day I learned something they don't teach you in any study tips video. It's 4 a.m. I haven't slept. I've been staring at chapter 1 of my hardest class for 3 hours. Not reading it, just looking at it. Like it's a stranger at a party. And in that moment, sitting on my dorm floor, surrounded by 4 energy drinks and the contents of my backpack, I gave up. Not in a sad way, in a useful way. Here's the truth nobody tells you about being cooked. When you're trying to learn 14 chapters in 60 hours, you don't have a learning problem. You have a triage problem. You're not in a classroom anymore. You're in an emergency room. And in an emergency room, you don't try to save everyone. You save the ones who can be saved. So at 4 a.m. Thursday, I did 3 things. And these 3 things saved my entire week. Number 1, I stopped trying to understand anything. Understanding takes weeks. I had hours. I needed recognition, not comprehension. So I went to the back of every textbook and looked at the chapter summaries, the ones professors write to be lazy. Those summaries told me in 2 pages what 30 pages of the chapter said. Did I really learn the material? No. Could I recognize the right answer on a multiple-choice exam? Yes. That's all I needed. Number 2, I asked who was going to suffer with me. I texted my class group chat at 4:17 a.m. Yo, anyone else cooked? Want to do a study call? 3 people responded within 4 minutes. All of them were also awake, also panicking, also pretending on Instagram that they were locked in. We were all lying. Together. We hopped on FaceTime. Each person took 2 chapters, made a 5-minute summary, sent it to the group. In 1 hour, 6 people did 6 hours of work. This isn't cheating. This is what every successful person on Earth has been doing since the beginning of time. You weren't supposed to do this alone. The people who pretend they did are lying. Number 3, I stopped studying for the grade. I started studying to not embarrass myself. Here's the trick. You're not aiming for an A anymore. That ship sailed. You're aiming for a passable answer. Even 1 paragraph of vaguely correct nonsense is better than blank. Professors are tired humans. They're grading 200 papers in a weekend. They want to give you partial credit. Help them help you. Write something. Write anything. Even if you don't know the answer, write a sentence that sounds related to the question. You'd be shocked how often this gets you 30% of the points. 30% is better than 0%, and 30% is the difference between a C and an F. Friday, the exam. Friday morning, 8:47 a.m. I'm walking to my first final on 90 minutes of sleep. I look like a ghost wearing a hoodie. I smell like Red Bull. My hair is doing something I cannot explain. I sit down. They hand out the exam. I open it. I don't know half of these questions, but I do something different this time. I don't panic. I don't cry. I don't stare at the page hoping divine intervention happens. I write something for every single question, even the ones where I have no idea. Especially those. Half-remembered chapter summary? Write it. Vague memory of a lecture I didn't attend? Write it. Total guess that sounds academic? Write that too. When the timer ends, I have written something on every page. It's not impressive. It's not Aiden-level work, but it's not blank. I walk out. My friend Maya from the FaceTime group is waiting. We don't even ask each other how it went. We just walk to the dining hall in silence and order the saddest hash browns the dining hall has ever produced. 3 weeks later, grades come out. I open the portal with my eyes half closed. B-, B, C+, B-, C+, B. I stare at the screen. I should not be passing this semester. I should be thriving this semester, even less. By every metric, by every measure of you tried hard enough, these grades shouldn't exist. But they do. Not because I was smart, not because I was disciplined, because at 4 a.m. on Thursday, I stopped trying to be a good student and started trying to outsmart the system. The triage worked. So if you're watching this right now, and finals are in 3 days, and you haven't started, stop crying, stop planning. You are in triage now. You don't have time to be a good student. You only have time to be a survivor. This week, you just survive. Now close this video. You have chapter summaries to skim. You got this. Barely.